Entertainment, what is up? My name is Akasan. I am joined here by...
Dion, Dionysus.
There you go. The fastest duo alive. We're about to check out The Flash season 5, episode 6 today. I heard it's going to be a pretty good episode. Spoilers about stuff, I don't know. They said people, the Red Nation on Twitter, said I should stay off the internet because there's big news or something like that. And I am debating whether or not to show him the Elseworlds trailer because he does not know anything about the Elseworlds show. Yeah. So I'm debating whether or not.
No spoilers.
Right? Like we just go in and watch it and when that happens, it happens like that. I'm debating on that, but like you guys mentioned last time, or we mentioned last week. I'm so envious of the fact that you can like be so blinded, like you can, like you can just turn
untainted,
right? You can unspoiled. It's crazy that like I can't imagine. Because I was like, yeah, man, have you seen the Aquaman trailer? And he was like, oh man, yeah, I saw it. And I'm like, damn, already? And he was like, yeah, I saw it like a month ago. Yeah. I'm like, oh, not that one. Yeah. All right, last time on The Flash, Iris jumped out like she was goddamn Batman trying to get Barry, unlocking Barry's full potential. That was actually really cool. That was a really good episode. Straight off.
Yeah, props to you, Candace.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Candace, sharing everybody out there, all the reactions. You must have missed your boys. I was going to do a montage video of me just staring out the window waiting to get her attention. Right. Like sad music. You know, I hurt myself today. But, it was cool. It was really cool. Props to Candace doing the damn thing.
Indeed.
We are The Flash. Let's get into the latest episode here. I think this one's going to be Caitlyn-centric and such. And again, if you want the full reaction with myself and Dionysus, make sure you check out the Patreon as you get the full reaction as well as access to a whole lot of other things. We were just talking about it. I will be covering Batman the Animated Series fairly soon. And Young Justice. As we get ready for Young Justice next year, coming very soon, we're going to be doing like a marathon, which for now will just be Patreon only. Make sure you check that out. It helps to support the channel as well. Let's go ahead and get into it. This is the latest episode of The Flash. Starts now. Here we go. So you know that's the dude from American Pie?
Yeah, okay. Right. Where was he?
Right, I thought it was Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger.
Right.
It wasn't.
So he about to get Raylene.
She ain't scared either.
And she about to get him.
Oh, wait. Whoa! The fuck, Baraka?
Yeah.
What is this all about? Whoa!
What? They're like boomerang back or something?
I guess so.
Never should have existed.
Whoa!
Spinal Tap.
Clever. You know there's a band.
Yeah,
that's right. That was pretty damn clever. Yeah.
What does that mean? Do you mind if I actually come with you too?
Oh.
I just said I saw you jump off a building last week and that was awesome. So I thought maybe I'd come with you while you did some detective work.
It's going to be more than enough.
I think what he's trying to say is that we would love to have you come with us.
I'm trying to spend some daughter time.
Right. That's so sweet.
Nobody does case snacks like Joe West. I'll swing by on the way.
Really? Because, you know, Joe is ridden off the show right now. Because he's injured, yeah.
What's going on?
What did you need? Maybe I can help you.
Wow, so she's going to be replacing all of Joe's roles.
Flash inside the thinker's mind. Whilst giving birth to my daughter's son's epidural, it hurt.
I'm not going to lie, for people that live in Japan, that was actually really weird for her to be walking around with shoes.
Yeah.
Like I was like, wait, why is this happening from the beginning?
Usually people go to Antarctica in movies and stuff, but
Good point. Yeah. Oh, this is kind of cool. Wait, where's Antarctica? North or south? South, right?
Yeah.
Right?
but this is they went to the North Pole.
Then the Arctic is north.
That's right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, black people in cold. It's like.
That's why Candace didn't go. But
That's exactly why. My hair.
Don't even know anymore.
Katie?
what?
Oh shit.
Dad, is that you?
Wait, what is
Is this really happening?
You're alive.
What? Wait, could he not get out?
She like maybe that ALS had him locked down.
No internet?
Yeah, right.
You got my message. Louise Lincoln, Victor Freeze, and Harrison Wells.
Freeze.
Dr. Wells
Okay.
was able to give me full access to
Like,
Starlight
Mr.
video.
Freeze.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your mother thought it would be easier for you not to see me, but I always had the faith that I could cure this thing. That's why I sent you the note.
None of this shit is adding up
How
correctly.
did you survive here this whole time?
That's what I'm
Right?
saying.
Water, ration.
Well, you don't ever have to do that again. Because we can get you
And
out
she's
of here.
blinded. Cisco doesn't believe it.
Yeah.
Barry's kind of iffy
Yeah.
about it.
And yeah, that's her dad.
Caitlin's completely blinded by
That's right.
whatever. Yeah.
This is my associate, Ralph Dibney.
DA. How can I help you? You the field director here?
Listen up, mister. Vagabants.
Vance Brandon.
You listen to me when I tell you that this is my town, baby. Oh, yeah, and I can make some
how he
real
look
bad
at you.
stuff happen for you, like really, really no bueno.
Yeah, well,
I wonder if she's the shortest person on the
she
show.
gotta be,
and he's
man.
the tallest.
That's right.
Fresh air. I can run my test later.
I love that plan.
Good casting though.
Yeah.
He does really look like, but Cisco, yeah, and Barry.
What's up with you?
Yeah.
Dude, this story's full of holes.
That's right.
I'm just trying to fill them.
Nora's story had holes in it. And she was only lying to me because she wanted to meet me. And I've appreciated every second that we've had together so far. Caitlin just got her dad back.
Barry.
Did,
Okay, so Barry's blinded too. Cisco's the
Right.
only real motherfucker up in there.
Because when Zoom showed up, the story had holes in it too.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah.
I will look for clues.
There you go.
This is how investigation collapsed.
That was pretty good.
But I don't know. I think we'll get there.
She may be a little bit chilly, but she does love you,
Chili.
Katie.
These puns.
Yeah.
Really hard
Yeah.
on you. I mean,
So is he gonna become like some type of?
That's what I'm wondering, yeah. I doubt it, though. But he might be the mastermind that brings Killer Frost back.
Oh, okay.
No, listen.
It's inside of her, yeah.
Right.
Been there for
It's kind of
you,
funny
right?
that he
And
even
I
looks
wish
like he has like a snow shirt. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh my nigga! Oh shit!
I shouldn't be laughing. I'm not laughing.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm laughing at your car.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Okay, what's up here? Oh, that's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Actually, good. I mean,
Ice scale.
no pun intended. but
What'd you say? What'd you say? You said
kind of cool.
Okay.
I'm right here.
That's what.
Malignancy spreads.
Like when you're angry or scared.
I wish I just left well enough alone.
Right.
Cisco with that look.
Right. Yeah.
Genetic marker for ALS too.
Something's up. Like
Probably why I'm dying and you're not.
he needs
Yeah.
Killer Frost
Right.
for
Cells
something.
create a serum
That's right.
to stabilize your body.
We could use a laser cooling array. The DoD just constructed one at their site outside of town. I could check it
Why
out.
how they be
Great.
dropping
We'll get
these
started on the serum.
technological
Wait,
upgrades so
hold
that
on.
DoD just
Out of nowhere, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hack into the DoD's $5 billion security system.
And they give it a price of it.
Cisco.
He's like,
Now Cisco's being logical.
Just got my dad back.
I don't want to
Can't
lose
let him
it.
die.
Yeah.
what?
Stealing shit,
What are
motherfucker.
you doing?
My God, what happened to you?
Oh, she is
fine.
She's his
I need
Alfred.
to stitch that up.
You can't
Yeah.
be a part
He's
of
Batman.
Do you know how many
That's
patients
Alfred.
I've seen come in this hospital in the last 4 years because of those metas out there?
Are you gonna call security?
I'm gonna call Batman. Oh shit.
Scary.
Damn, Joe has been out there with the girl for quite some time.
Right.
Of Cecile, your fate, Horton.
This.
I think they used that word Shui.
In Batman Beyond.
Yeah, and also in when Superboy went to the League of League.
Got it. Legion of Doom.
Come on.
In Young Justice.
Yeah. Yes. No,
Maybe.
not Young Justice. It was an old cartoon where Superboy went to the future and met the Legion of Superheroes.
Chat, help us out. Yeah, because I have
Yeah.
no idea, dude.
Yeah.
Somebody in there?
Yeah, look
Nora?
like a hand would pop up.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Go.
I hope that's
Thank you for
not
this
P.
Yeah.
What you're doing is beyond the call.
For you.
Oh boy.
He's not your dad.
Oh!
He's a clone.
Familiar?
I don't know.
Please. Don't do it for me, do it for her.
And something to point out is that everybody's being reunited with their family. He lost his brother, technically,
Yeah,
thanks
that's
to
right.
Mary.
That's right.
I swear, every time I see him, I think he's about to say, we need Dragon's Ore power now.
Yeah, right.
And he's wearing green.
Yeah, right.
That's even funnier.
So, there we go. He's about to do it.
We need Dragon's Ore power now! Swordon, I'm gonna need help.
I guess as you're all here,
Whoa!
you have such smart friends, Katie.
What?
Lightning breeze.
This is corny.
Minus 2:20. You have 1 minute.
You people are not as smart as I thought.
I was about to say.
The room is dropping. Everyone's so cold. Their atoms are hitting near stasis. What is that?
460 degrees. We're too late.
Oh shit! Did he shoot himself though? Hey!
You've returned.
It's not exactly the way I imagined Frozen 2 to work. Okay. Wow! Whoa!
Dude can fly.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's like, that should be priority number one.
Yeah, right.
Is everyone okay?
Ah, funny. So that's all it took for her to come back?
Yeah, I guess.
I guess that's the whole delay.
Signatures in the area.
Right away, breaking skills, right?
Ah.
Like mother, like daughter.
Is it safe for this to be here?
Yeah, like, get it.
What?
Yeah, we'll get it.
This
Yeah.
puzzle piece before?
It's making me stronger.
So he gets stronger from injuries.
I guess, yeah. Like,
You
interesting.
remember? No, it's different. But you know Sebastian Shaw in X-Men, the
future first class.
First Class.
Right,
Yes,
right,
yes,
right.
yes.
Every injury.
He takes in the kinetic energy from like a bullet. It makes him difficult to be cut too. Like blades don't cut him because he absorbs energy. So, but in the comic there was a scene where he woke up in the morning, he was punching the wall, and he didn't have to eat breakfast because he would get energy from stuff like that. So, yeah.
All right, well there you have it, guys. That was the latest episode of The Flash. I don't know why people on Twitter keep on saying like stay off the internet, because like I thought it was gonna be something like huge. It's kind of like depriving me of like I'm expecting like a huge reveal or something like that.
Right.
So a few weeks ago, when there was a recurring character on Arrow coming back that I liked, that made sense. But now it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, it's cool that Frost is back, but I assumed at this point that, like, the moment Icicle showed up, I was like, well, we're gonna get Frost sooner than later, so it's happening sooner than later. So the biggest thing we saw here was I think the biggest name drop I got here was Victor Freeze.
Yeah, right.
That was actually kind of cool.
Yeah, but they're not gonna bring him in the show.
Nah, I don't think so. Like, that's why I kept on thinking. I'm like, wait, I wonder if Nora is actually in that canister, like that cryogenic thing that
the skin grafts.
Yeah. No. The thing where the container that Vibe was on.
Okay,
like,
that freeze.
Right. It doesn't make sense though, because Nora's thing wasn't really. Well, it was freezing. We're talking about Nora Fries or Nora Freeze. She was frozen, but like a different version. I sometimes remember her being in a water tank, and other times I remember her just kind of frozen in this like frozen and still like a water tank, but like an ice tank or cryogenically frozen. Like Disney, Walt Disney.
Right. Yes, right. Is he cryogenically?
Yeah,
cryogenically frozen?
that's the rumor, that he's been cryogenically frozen under Disneyland. Like,
okay.
Because legit, there is actually an underground city in Disneyland.
Okay.
But it's used for banking. There's an actual Disney bank underground.
Wow.
So all those vendors always like disappear in little parts of Disney.
And go into
and they go underground.
Man,
and that's where everybody works, basically.
Yo, that's like I bet you that's like a model for like. I bet other people are using that model. That's what
Maybe.
like
I think originally it was like an evacuation situation, but then they start to converted it into like a banking system or whatever. It's, I don't know. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But
Tomorrowland stuff.
Right. So Nora Fries was frozen, and that's the whole thing why Freeze was always about in Heart of Ice.
Yeah.
He always had like a snow globe.
Right.
Like
yes.
That was his. Noah was like
That's
that.
right. That's right.
Certainly, that story is a lot more interesting than what we just watched.
Yeah, right.
That's why we're talking about it. But whatever. ALS. I mean, it's interesting that they brought that idea back though with ALS, especially with the Ice Bucket Challenge about 2 years ago, and things like that. So, from what I can gather in this story was the fact it was a little kind of all over the place, like what they were trying to, because his story didn't add up, but it wasn't like so clear. It was so confusing that it didn't make sense what he was trying to say anyway.
That's right.
And I'm like, what? I just kept on seeing Cisco. I'm like, okay, whatever bullshit he's talking about, Cisco doesn't believe it.
Right.
So it's probably not true. From what I can gather is that Caitlin's dad has ALS. Or had ALS. He treated himself.
That's right.
But he also has another personality by the name Icicle. I guess that's what they're calling him. But just like...
Okay, no, go ahead.
No, well, just like Keon is Killer Frost. But is this passed down or given? That's what the thing I couldn't figure out.
Well, he said, my daughter. So, like, maybe he did it on himself and he manifested this alter ego. Then he's like, okay, well, let me bring my daughter through. You know what I mean? Like, or she also has the gene. So, because there's two personalities going here.
Right.
So the father wants to protect his daughter.
Right.
But the alternate personality maybe has its own agenda. Like, well, I can have a daughter as well. So I mean, that's because he said my daughter. He wasn't talking to.
But the whole thing is they worship deities. Her father was so like. Are the deities being passed down through generations like that? And they just happen to be smart motherfuckers also that study ice?
Or maybe they are ice deities that just manifest in people throughout.
That's what I guess that's what they're trying. There's two different stories I'm hearing here. One that Caitlin's father essentially created Killer Frost in Caitlin.
That's right.
And brought Keon into Caitlin like that. But
he wouldn't have a reason to do that unless he had became that icicle deity beforehand. You know,
right?
Like I'm just thinking, like maybe he did it to himself. Then he was like, oh, the alter ego is like, okay, so now let me bring my daughter through too, using this guy. But
yeah, I guess that's what I'm hearing here. I guess
because deities live
reincarnated.
That's right.
Right.
They live through the minds of people, right? So then maybe.
But I've never really seen deities have like. Well, that's not true. Like split personalities, they take over a host or something.
Right.
Yeah. Like I look at it like from deity point of view, I see it as like the Avatar.
Okay.
Aang, where it's passed down through generations, but that personality of the previous avatars are long
That's right, it's gone by then.
Right. You're a descendant from that deity.
That's right.
So the whole split personality thing is a little bizarre, but I don't know. I guess these are deities that are sharing bodies. For sure, I guess. For sure, at this point, we're accepting that Killer Frost / Keon is her own personality in Caitlin Snow's body. Are they one and the same?
Okay, so can you read it back again?
Okay. Killer Frost is not something that was created, I think.
Okay.
Killer Frost is actually a person in Caitlin Frost's
That's right.
A person. Are we assuming it's a person or a deity, or is it just a personality, a split personality?
I think we always thought it was a split personality. Then when they found that writing of Keon on the board, then it brought, because they didn't have a name for it beforehand.
Right.
But it was already, it's like it had a name before, but they didn't know it. They called it Killer Frost.
So Keon was always around.
That's right.
From the beginning.
That's right. Of time or something like that.
Either a deity or a split personality. And the father also has a split personality. So it's a genetic, I guess that's an argument. If split personalities is just a genetic hand-me-down.
Okay, and so I was just going to add to that. Split personality is what we call it today, but maybe split personality has a deeper meaning. Like it may be something deity, whatever. Like that. Like we say, okay, this is split personality, but maybe it's something else that the scientists not haven't, haven't grabbed onto.
So we're assuming the fact now that the father also had a split personality from the beginning, probably, and that's why the mom was kind of tripping.
But you say beginning, you mean before
Caitlin was even born? Yeah.
Okay.
He always had a split personality. That's my assumption.
Okay.
I guess.
Because I'm guessing that maybe it happened when he did the injection stuff.
Okay.
That's what that's.
I mean, that's theory. In theory,
yeah.
Like I don't know. That's why his story was all over the place, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
So was Cisco right then
about
the skin grafting and like?
Oh.
I think he was kind of wrong on that.
Yeah.
Because he thought he was making a body or something like that.
Okay. Right. I
guess.
I thought he was saying like, like that. He was making another of himself or something with these skin grafts.
I think he was a little off the mark.
Right.
But, and then from what we were seeing was, I guess that's what we were seeing is the fact that he was making skin grafts. He was making skin grafts, well, not for the whole body, but just to cover himself up to showcase like he can't do what Caitlin Snow does, which was he can't do a full-fledged transformation. No, but he did. He did it one. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, at the end he was like, Caitlin, you found me. But maybe it was just a portion of him.
Right.
Because remember, he covered most of himself up, right? And
okay, I guess that's the thing. Okay, that.
But then why would he?
I guess that's what's going on is the fact that he wants to still be in charge. So that's why he was walking around with fake skin.
Okay.
For the most part, because he wanted to be in charge. But that one scene where we saw actually Caitlin's dad really show up.
Maybe that was really him.
That was really him talking.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was a trick from the beginning.
Me too. Yeah, but maybe.
And then, but later in the show, they're like, "Oh no, we saw for a split moment. My father is still there."
Right. That's right.
I guess.
He said, Caitlin, you found me. Because he said well, your father hasn't heard you for a very long time.
Right.
So maybe he did finally get it.
I don't know. The whole plot is kind of dumb. To be honest, like I think we're kind of building it up more than it really is. But I kind of felt like the entire plot of it was a little contrived, a little loose. Like I think the writers are also still trying to figure out how they're gonna go with the story or whatever. So other than that, there wasn't really much going on in this story other than the fact that they're doing the whole cat and mouse thing, and they're finally trying to wrap up, I think, the Cicada story right now. From my thought, if I'm guessing this is right, in all likelihood, I think we're gonna get one more episode of The Flash, which they're probably going to go head on head with Cicada.
Right.
Or they're probably gonna have one more episode where they're tracking them down. They're gonna get it ready, and then they're gonna leave it on the point where we're gonna go into crossover territory, because the crossover starts on the 8th. So that the timing of that makes sense.
Okay. So they gotta stretch it out a little bit more before the crossover.
Right. Well, so what I'm saying is we're probably gonna get one more episode of Flash, regular episode. Then in 2 weeks we're getting the big crossover, and then we're gonna go back to the regular crossover, the regular episodes again, which should be the mid-season finale.
Okay.
Yeah, because usually around about mid-December they go on break, and then that's it.
Okay.
And they don't come back until February.
Right.
So that's my thought, is that we're probably gonna get a build-up to Cicada, and it's gonna be the big battle. Then we're probably gonna get
a Christmas episode. You think they'll go to a Christmas episode?
I would love for them to, because last year I felt like they dropped the ball, because they every year they always have like a big shocking episode. The first season was Reverse Flash, where we see Harrison Wells with the costume, and he looks and he's just like, "Merry Christmas." You're like, wait. And people were fucking losing their mind. We were like, what the fuck? That only just answers more that only just brings up more questions. Right. Like that was so hard for us to figure out why that was, unless you read the comics previously. That was such a good scene. And then the season 2 was Zoom choking out Harrison Wells. And he's like, say something! And he brings him up and he's just like, Merry Christmas. And then that was that. Yeah.
That was it.
That was the Christmas episode. Mid-season finale.
Zoom
right in the beginning.
Harrison.
Zoom was going through the portal, and Harrison Wells was running. Earth 2 Harrison Wells was running. And he's choking.
I remember.
Merry Christmas. That's right. So season 3 didn't have that. Season 4 didn't have that at all. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Maybe. We'll see. Other than that was basically it. And Nora and Iris, the goofy asses, trying to have some bonding. They're trying to figure that out. That was funny. That's the kind of comedy I'm cool with, them doing little things like that. That thing with Cecile was like, whatever.
Wait.
Cecile trying to be intimidating. I think they just needed another story.
Yeah, because Joe's out of it, right?
From what I've heard, they basically have been giving all the lines, all of Joe's lines to Cecile.
Okay, so originally Disney was supposed to partner up with Joe and
okay. So they're just kind of using her, which is fine. I'm glad that that was actually pretty clever of them to try to figure out something like that. But yeah, it would have been better maybe if Joe was doing it, or maybe funnier. Two detective and cops kind of working together, talking about family or whatever. But I mean, you know, it's not a knock toward the Cecile character, but for me, I was just like, yeah, it's all right. It's all right. That's basically it. The only other thing I was trying to figure out from the comics, Killer Frost's dad, I don't think the name, because actually, I believe Killer Frost's dad was in Young Justice.
Yeah, there was a kid Icicle or something like that.
Right?
Yeah, in Young Justice. Yeah, at the first episode, on the first episode, they fought him and I think it was Speed. Somebody fought him. Who was it? Speedy and Arrow, I think, shot some arrows at this guy.
Really? Yeah. Because I don't know. Killer Frost.
Icicle Jr. I think that was
so it is actually Icicle, yeah, because I remember they were in prison and shit, and like, yeah, okay. Yeah, Icicle. Yeah, the episode is actually called Dead Inside. You're right. About Killer Frost, Icicle, and yeah, okay. I just thought that Icicle name, I'm like, is that really the name of like the badass? Like, I was like, okay, fair enough. All right, guys, we're gonna get on out of here. Full reaction below on Patreon. Make sure you check it out. I would appreciate that. We're gonna try to squeeze in Legends, and like I said, Young Justice is coming up fairly soon on Patreon, so make sure you join for that. Counting down to season 3 of Young Justice. And
Yes.
you guys have a happy Thanksgiving on top of that. Be thankful. We're out. Peace.